Recording in progress. Okay. Did it say that for anyone else? Okay, so what qualities does the person need to have who has already accomplished the goal that you put in the chat? All right, so I'm seeing fierce, confident, determined, focused, confident, doesn't give up when challenges are overwhelming. Okay, what else? Motivated, grit, yes. Dedication, absolutely. Doing the activity, that's definitely a big part of it. Confident, focused, highly motivated. Consistency, Gloria was just talking about that on the video I shared. Consistency, driven, yes. Okay, so I want you to think about ways to develop yourself in these areas that you're sharing. So it's not so much what do we need to do, because if we know what to do, it's more why are we not doing it, right? And sometimes we focus only on the activity that needs to happen instead of our growth. And I know for me, when I made a decision to really do more in my business, I ignored the growth part. I thought, I don't have time to grow. I only have time to work my business because I need money now. Well, guess what? That doesn't work. That's why Mary Kay Ash always said, you can do everything wrong with the right attitude and build a strong business, but you can do everything right with the wrong attitude and get nowhere. So you can do everything right. You can be a box checker. You can do the parties. You can do the share calls. You can get the leads. But if you don't have the right mindset and attitude, if you are not willing to grow and become the person that is in that position that you're looking for, then it won't work. And I know that doesn't make sense, but the law of attraction is real, y'all. It is so real. So what you expect is what you get. And that's another thing Gloria Mayfield Banks always said is inspect what you expect. Because if you go out there with a bad attitude and you're like, well, my last 5 parties canceled, so I don't even know why I'm doing this, but Wendy said I should, so I'm going to make my booking calls. Well, then guess what? They're going to cancel too. And you can do the exact same thing. You can use the exact same script as me. You can literally use the same coaching sheet as me. You can do, girl, why are you in here bugging me about lipstick right now? That's another thing is Labor Day, so kids are home. Yay. All right, go put a little bit of lipstick on and then close my door. So she loves her some lipstick. Girl after Tracy's own heart. So anyway, but we can do the exact same thing and get different results. Have you ever noticed that? Not just in Mary Kay, but if somebody has the exact same script, the exact same leads, let's say they go do a vendor event together and they split the leads in half. Have you ever seen one person go kill it and sell a ton of products and recruit a bunch of people, and then the other person's like, all my parties are canceling? Okay, it's the attitude. Unless you're not using the scripts. Now, if you're not using the scripts, it could be a skill thing, but most of the time, it's our mindset and how are we going into this? And I used to be so guilty of assuming that everything was going to be the way it was before, right? Like, well, my last vendor event, I didn't get a lot of results from that, so I'm probably not going to get a lot of results from this one either, but I'm doing it because I'm supposed to, right? And I used to be that way. And then guess what? I wouldn't get a lot of results from that one either. And I did get a lot of results in the beginning of my business, but I worked way harder than I had to. You can still get the results if you have the wrong attitude. You're just going to have to do a lot more work. So that's another thing. Have you ever seen someone that you feel like they barely saw 30 faces and they're already a director, but then there's someone else that's like over here seeing 70 faces and they can't even get into DIQ? That's where we start looking at attitude and mindset, because we already we look at the numbers first, for sure. Look at the numbers first. But then it's a matter of Like, okay, well, the numbers are right, the target market, all that stuff we've talked about before. If that's right, it's attitude and mindset. So we're going to be working on becoming the person that shows up differently. We're going to work on just showing up differently, not just in our Mary Kay business, but in every area of our lives. Every area, because you don't want to just be a great Mary Kay consultant, right? You want to be great at all the things. And I used to think that you had to like balance. First of all, balance is not real. That's not a thing. There's no such thing as balance. You can't give 2 hours a day to Mary Kay, 2 hours a day to your kids, 2 hours a day to your marriage. That is false. That is even like the thought alone is toxic. There's no such thing as balance. There is such thing as harmony, but you can show up great in all areas of your life. So get rid of the notion that if you're going to rock this Mary Kay thing, that everything else has to fall to the wayside, because that's not true. It's absolutely not true. And there are hundreds of women in Mary Kay that are successful in all areas of their life that prove that that's not true. So let's think a new thought and let's show up differently. So I'm going to share my screen right quick. And I'm going to show you this Pacesetters packet. So I'm going to email this to each of you. And you're going to be tracking starting today, because it's a new month, technically. You're going to be tracking these activities. And if you're on a phone, you can zoom in so that you can read it better. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Sorry. All right. So let me explain. So you're going to be tracking these points. So there is an activity focus here because, I mean, that's how we get results in our business, is through our activity. But what we're going to be talking about on these Zooms, this is not a training series. Pacesetters is not training. Training is Tuesday nights, and training is Saturday afternoons, and training is on In Touch and asking your director questions. That's training. So we're not here to show you how to work your business, because when the why and the person is there, the how doesn't matter. You will figure it out, or you'll just do it not knowing what to do until you figure it out. And that's definitely what I did. I just started doing parties. I had no idea what I was doing. I was scared, but I did them because I was motivated. So, and nobody can motivate you but yourself. So we're going to be tracking this activity. So we have booking calls. 1 point for every 10 calls. These are phone calls, ladies. These are not Facebook messages. These are not text messages. These are phone calls. There is going to be a heavy emphasis on in-person parties during this Pacesetters, because that is the center of your business. And I will have a graphic, a visual for you soon, but that is the center of your business, is in-person parties. Everything else, Facebook parties, Zoom parties, on the go sales, taking a basket around, selling, to people at work, those are just supplements. Those are great, but they are not the lifeline of your business. And if they are, your business is going to be stuck. So there is going to be a heavy emphasis on in-person parties. So booking calls. And then when you add a booking, you'll get a point. So what's a booking? A booking has a date, a time, a place, and you have all their information, the email address, the phone number, because you can't properly coach a booking that's like, oh yeah, I'll host a party for you, I'll let you know when. That's not a booking. A booking is you have a date, a time, a place, and all her information to coach. Okay. You're also going to be able to get 1 point per day when you check in with your director on Voxer before 9 a.m. with your plan and goals for the day. So before 9 a.m. All right, well, I'm going to tell you the person that I was when I first started deciding to like really run with my business. I was not even up at 9 a.m. half the time. But is somebody that's running a successful business sleeping until 10 o'clock? No. The person that is in the position that I want to be in is actually up and ready before 9 a.m. So I'm not saying like I'm not going to see you on Voxer. You're just going to Vox me or Tracy and let us know your plan for the day and your goals for the day. And then you get 2 points per face. So a face, I think we've gotten a little slack with the whole faces thing. So a face, what's a face? It's full circle. You shared the products and the business opportunity with this person. You attempted to get sales and referrals. Now, we can't control if they actually purchase or give us referrals, but we attempted. So at our parties, the only way that we're counting these faces is if it's an actual party where we're sharing products, either on it can be on the hand or the face, but is it full circle? Like you're sharing the business, you're setting up share calls, you are getting referrals, you're getting additional bookings, and you're getting sales. So that's a face. So you're going to get 2 points per face. And there is a faces take you places form just for this pace setters. It's the same information as any other faces form that you've ever done, but it's just for this. What in the world? My camera just went out on my laptop. That's so weird. I can still
It don't have to be in this exact order, do it.
No, it doesn't have to be in any order. No.
Okay.
What in the world? My laptop screen just went out, but I see that I'm still here and y'all can still hear me, right?
Yes, we still hear you and see you.
Okay, that's so weird. So I'm just looking at a blank screen while I do this. That's great. Okay. All right. So the next thing, share calls. These share calls have to be done with your sales director and you get 3 points per call. And then sales. So you're going to get 3 points for every $100 retail sold. And for the purposes of this tracking, this is only products sold to customers. So for recognition, when we show up on our meetings, like our Tuesday night meetings and our Saturday meetings, you can count product that you sold to yourself because we are our best customer. But for this, we are getting products into customers' hands. We are making money because we're not making money when we sell to ourselves. We're saving money, but we're not making anything. So this Pace Setters is designed to help you make money and move your business forward. So this is only product that you sold to your customer, money collected. So if you sold a miracle set to someone and you gave them half off, which would be crazy, but if you gave them half off, you're not counting that $100 miracle set. You're counting the $50 that you collected. So just for this Pace Setters. And then team members, you're going to get 5 points per team member. And then when you finish your star this quarter by September 15th, you're going to get an extra 10 points. So 10 points. So any questions on points before we move on? I really wish I could see my screen. This is so weird.
How would you know like what's the star? Like what's the quarter 1 star?
Okay, so I was talking about that in the Pace Setters Voxer group, and I feel like most people went and looked at their star numbers then. I know we were looking at our Power Up prize tracking too the other day, but for star, you can log into InTouch and then go to Business Tools, click on Reports, and then click on Star Consultant Tracking, and it should be there, assuming everybody has that report. Otherwise, you can go to Business Tools and then My Business and At a Glance, and there it will show you how close you are to star also. And typically, well, if you really can't find it, ask your director. She can point you in the right direction, but also give you your number if you're unsure on your number. But it is 1,800 wholesale in a quarter. So quarter 1 started on June 16th. No, July 16th. No, June 16th. June, July, August, September. Wait, June. Yeah. Anyway, we can look at your number if needed. So when you finish your star, you get 10 extra points. And then here are the rewards for this Pace Setters program. So there are going to be coaching calls, 15-minute coaching calls, the ability that for me to go live in your VIP customer group on Facebook. And I can talk about literally whatever you want. So if you earn a coaching call with me, and you can earn this every week because there's 9 weeks in this Pace Setters, you can earn it every week. It's any week that you have 30 points. And then going live in your VIP group, I'll talk about whatever you want, whether it's products, whether it's the business, like whatever you want me to talk about, I'll talk about. And if I don't know how to do it, I'll figure it out. If you tell me to teach them how to contour, I don't know how to do it, but I'll figure it out for this because you earned it. And then next is, so with 100 points in a month, I'll record a video for you. And this can be something that you keep forever. So maybe it's something that you want to start posting in all your Facebook parties or in your VIP group, or maybe you want to email it out to your customers. You can do whatever you want with it. So, and maybe it's not even a customer thing. Maybe it's a training. Maybe it's something you're really stuck on and you need more individualized help. Then earn this video so that I'll record a video on exactly how to do it. And then next is an in-person or Zoom. It's in person if you're local, Zoom if you're not, strategy session. So this is an hour of whatever you want. So if you're like, I want to put together facial boxes for an hour, we will put together facial boxes for an hour. If you want to go warm chatter for an hour, we'll go warm chatter. If you want to get a really in-depth training on InTouch, we'll do that. So whatever you want to do, you want to make booking calls, we'll make booking calls. So whatever it is that you want to do, we will do for that hour. And you can earn that twice. That's 200 points in a month. And then I will do a party for you because technically nobody here is new. Nobody here is so new that you should not have had a kickoff party. If you haven't had a kickoff party and you're not new, this is not a kickoff party. Everybody here has been in too long to have a kickoff party. So this is, if you want me to come do a party for you, and this might be a party that you booked with a hostess, it can be a party that we put together and call it a relaunch. It can be really whatever you want. I'll come do a party for you. It could be a Facebook party, it could be a Zoom party, but I do prefer it to be in person if you're close enough. And so this is 400 points in a month. So you're going to keep track of all your points. I did have a sheet made for you to track all your points. This is literally just, it's a very basic sheet. You can keep track of it somewhere else too. This is just really like, so you can tally mark your points in a little box. So you don't have to use this sheet, but I, as a consultant, really liked whenever we had things like this, like sheets. So that is the point. So anybody have questions on the points or the tracking?
Can you go back real quick?
Back. I'm going to send everybody the sheet, the
Okay.
packet.
And did you let them know that we're doing this as well?
Oh yeah, your directors are doing this too. And we'll share our points with you too, because we are not going to ask you to do something that we are not willing to do. And when I designed this Pace Setters, this is based off of what I know I did and what others are doing even now to build a strong customer base and a strong team. So that is what this is designed to do, help you build a stronger full circle business. So we will be tracking ourselves too. Okay, so last thing I have for you is your homework. Y'all ready for this? Oh, did you have something to say? Or you're just excited about homework? There will be homework every week. All right, so I'm gonna talk about habits for about 10 seconds. Your habits define you. Your habits define the life you live. Your habits will make or break you, period. Good habits, bad habits, they do define who we show up as. So for this Pace Setters, my homework for you this week And this will be a challenge that you'll want to actually work on through the whole pace setters and hopefully beyond. I don't want this to just be like, oh, this was a great 9 weeks, and then you just go back to what you were doing before. So nobody chooses to be broke, right? Nobody chooses to be unhealthy. Nobody chooses to have a divorce. Nobody chooses these things. Most of the time, what happens is we either have bad habits that we refuse to break or good habits that we refuse to be consistent with. And so we are going to focus on habits too. So I want, for your homework, I want you to choose one bad habit that you do and that you stop doing it for this entire pace setters. Now, this can't be something tiny, like it doesn't have to be huge, but there are lots of bad habits and everybody has them. If you think that you have no bad habits, you might be in the wrong place. We all have bad habits. So pick one bad habit. It might be drinking soda. It might be scrolling on Facebook. It might be laying on your phone at night before you fall asleep. It might be big. It might be smoking or drinking. It might be, let me think, eating too much junk food, but it does need to be very specific. So like the eating too much junk food, that's not specific. You can't say like, stop eating junk food. You might say, I will not eat chips during this 9 weeks. I will not drink soda during this 9 weeks. I will not, and pick one. You're going to pick one habit. And if you already know your habit, put it in the chat. And I'm going to tell you mine 100% is opening Facebook and looking at those stupid reels, because they're all cats and babies, because Facebook is designed to get you addicted. And I love cats and babies. So when I open my Facebook to do something like let me go check on my Facebook parties, I see cats and babies and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to look at these for just a minute. And you know what happens? An hour goes by and I'm like, what the heck? Where did that time go? What is that? No, Olivia, give that here. No, give it here. I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. Give it here. We can play with it later. Give it here. It's brand new and it's not for you. Give it here, Olivia. It's just me and her at the house right now, so this is fun. I will let you play with it in a minute. Hold on one second. Okay. She's clearly mad. It's my green eyeshadow. I don't even know why she has it, but no, you can't touch it. All right, so put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. All right, I got vaping twice. That is awesome. I'm proud of you. So mine is really, it's scrolling Facebook, period, because all I do is get distracted by those stupid reels. What else? So we're gonna, this is not, it's not gonna be easy, you guys. Habits are not easy to break. No more Mountain Dew. Just one soda. Are you gonna switch to a different soda? Maybe that's the only soda you drink. I don't know. We are raising the bar. Okay, stop eating junk food, soda, or fast food. All of those. You gonna do all of those? Okay. All right. We're gonna do it. I'm proud of you guys. All right. So you picked your bad habit. Now I want you to pick, and everybody else that hasn't picked a habit yet, I do want to see it in the pace setters or in the Voxer group, or text your director if you're uncomfortable with sharing it publicly. But I do want to see it from everybody because accountability is important. So this is like AA for Mary Kay, and we are going to focus on the whole person because drinking soda affects your business, you guys. Whatever, eating junk food, that affects your business. Vaping, that affects your business. We think that these things, like me scrolling and getting distracted on dang Facebook, it affects my business. So we're going to work on the whole person. Okay, so Deshunda, procrastination. I don't think that that's necessarily something that you can say, I'm not going to procrastinate. So you're going to have to be very specific. So if you get distracted with something, like if something in particular distracts you, put that as your one thing. So that way you have one thing. Okay. All right. Now you already are ahead of me here. So you're going to pick one good habit. So you're picking one bad habit to not do for the next 9 weeks and one good habit to do for the next 9 weeks. And I'm very shocked to see that Tracy is joining the 5 o'clock club starting tomorrow, because $1 million sales directors get up early and get stuff done. So what is one good habit that you know if you implemented, it would affect all the areas of your life? So you're going to pick a bad habit and a good habit, and you're going to be consistent, because consistency is a lot of our issue. Like, we'll do the good thing, right? We'll get up at 5 o'clock once or for 1 week and then take a week off and then back. And the yo-yo, it doesn't get us anywhere. Okay, Becca, that is me. That is what I started doing last week. And I already saw a huge increase in like everything I do. I mean, it makes such a huge difference. So, okay, so Deshunda, your positive habit might be setting boundaries. So setting boundaries and sticking to them. Boundaries are our responsibility. So once I have a boundary, I can't expect other people not to cross it. I have to hold that boundary. So that is a great, yes, drinking water. Drinking water is actually my thing too. So if possible, take the bad habits. So let's just say vaping. When you get the urge to vape, I want you to take a swallow of water. Replace it with your good habit. When you want to do your bad habit, replace it with your good habit, if that's possible. You can't replace drinking Mountain Dew with waking up at 5 a.m., but if possible, replace the Mountain Dew with something, water, a mint, I mean, something, so that because we don't break habits because we don't fill the space with something else. So that does make a huge difference. Okay, so we've gone 10 minutes over. I promise not to go over every time, because I know a lot of you will be at work. Thankfully, today is Labor Day, so it's a little bit different. And I wanted to get all of the expectations. So what we expect from you is to show up, and to show up differently. And we are going to show up for you. And we're going to put our everything into this, into the curriculum, into tracking our own personal activities, so that you know we're not just like, all right, go do this stuff. We are going to be doing it too. So we're super excited. And we are also going to be holding each other accountable. So when you reach out to your director before 9 a.m., remember your good and bad habits too. So share with her. My good habit is I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. I did my workout. My bad habit is I didn't vape at all yesterday. And y'all, we are going to be so cheering you on. And we're going to hold each other accountable with our habits and our actions and our points. So I'm excited for us to grow together. Look, there are actually some people missing, but if every single person in this Pacesetters was to advance in their business and reach your goal on the career path that you have set for yourself, I know not everybody wants to be a sales director, but you might recruit a sales director. Our national area will be done this year, like this seminar year, not this calendar year, this seminar year. And we can do that. I believe that we can do that. I believe that Tracy and I can both be in new or different level cars by the end of September. That's the end of a car quarter for a sales director. So we can do it, but only together. So I'm so excited for us to grow together, to rise up. I'm going to send you all the packets so that you can print it out. And if you do have any other questions, just let us know. But thank you again for showing up and for being excellent. So go have a fantastic day on purpose, which I love that Velada says. She says amazing day. I say fantastic. Yay. We all have a great rest of your Labor Day, and thank you for being on. Be sure to put in the chat, the Voxer chat, as much as you can. as much as you're willing to share, as you're getting your wins, your good habits, your bad habits, your goals. We're going to talk more about goals, but right now we're going to focus on habits. So take the next 7 days and really make an intentional effort starting right now. Don't say, oh, I'm going to start tomorrow. Start now and make different choices. I know you can do it. You have what it takes. So have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again before Monday, but we'll see you on the Pace Setters next Monday. Bye, everybody.